Hey, it's Red Robot. Let's talk about the changes to the Panic Attack and the Gunmetal update. This unique multi-class shotgun was woefully underpowered and confused as to what it wanted to accomplish in its last incarnation, so let's see if these changes have made it more viable. The base fire rate was increased from 15 to 30%. It now has an increased switch 2 speed of plus 50%, and the base reload speed has increased from 33 to 50%. Starting with the Fat Man, it's tough to make secondaries for Heavy. There was once a time when Heavy was much slower at spinning up, and moved slower while spun up too. The shotgun was great for those situations, so you could bob and weave to survive, especially when it came to snipers. Now the miniguns have received so many buffs, the shotgun feels pretty lost on Heavy, and by extension, so does the Panic Attack. It's hard to justify using it now that the Tommy's life has been buffed. There are so many situations in which spinning down a minigun is a better option than pulling out the Panic Attack, and the Panic Attack is so unreliable due to the dynamic fire rate. It often got me killed in situations where I could have survived with a shotgun. I think it's safe to say the Panic Attack is a novel choice for Heavy. There are situations when it can shine, when fighting snipers or classes that can peek you around corners. I find that it ends up causing me to panic more than my enemies will. One of the best things about this weapon, sadly, is how much people underestimate it. If you're holding it out, light classes will often charge at you, sometimes with their melee out, expecting an easy kill. You can try to prove them wrong, but there's no guarantee the downsides of the Panic Attack aren't going to humiliate you instead. Now for the Pyro. Using the Panic Attack as Pyro is akin to cutting off your legs and entering a running race. Pyro's secondary is pretty much his primary at this point, unless you're using the Flog, so if you don't have that burst DPS of the flare gun, or reserve shooter, or even the consistent, reliable DPS of the shotgun, you're gonna have a bad time. Switching to the Panic Attack has always yielded disappointment as Pyro, and while the increased switch speed allows you to use a flamethrower other than the degreaser, there's no point, because the stock flamethrower is barely better than the degreaser anyway. Pyro really relies on his secondary. Switching it with something as inconsistent as the Panic Attack can work, but only if you're lucky. It's a much safer option to choose the more reliable weapon. Yes, the Panic Attack can sometimes have incredible DPS, but those situations are few and far between. If your health is low enough to make use of the fire rate, you can't have the flamethrower out because you're using the Panic Attack. You'll die because you can't reflect while you have the Panic Attack out. It's a mess. Now onto Soldier. When I used this shotgun with the black box, I never wanted to pull the Panic Attack out. It was pretty much always a better choice to just reload another rocket. I generally play Soldier with the shotgun, and I rely on it to make the killing blow on enemies. Having my reliable shotty taken away from me, and being given the bastard son of the shotgun and the biggest bazooka in its place was painful. It feels like Soldier is just too slow to make use of the low health for high fire rate mechanic. Well, unless you use it with the escape plan, in which case you're going to drop dead at the slightest breeze in your direction. Soldier has so many other incredible options. The gunboats, the shotgun, the Conqueror. I don't see how the Panic Attack could stack up to any of them. Engineer feels like the class that benefits from the Panic Attack the most. The Panic Attack's high burst damage is great for punishing players who are tentatively peeking your sentry nest. I've surprised many soldiers and demomen on the roofs of Sweden by filling their mouths with lead from around corners. Engineer is the kind of class with the most time to prepare for enemies, and the ability to move fast enough to survive for a short while on low health with this weapon. And that's about it. It seems like this quad class weapon has definitely improved since its last iteration. I don't think it's perfect yet, but it's a heck of a lot more useful than it's ever been. Every weapon slot it replaces, except NG's, is so damn crucial to the class's success. It's too hard for a weapon as underwhelming and difficult to use as the Panic Attack to instantly take their place. And that's all I've got for you today. I'll see you guys next time.